All right, this is John Cola with GrowingYourGreens.com. Today I have another exciting episode for you, and this is going to be a fun one at that.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Eve Growing Concept YouTube channel here. Today's October 19th. What a great chilly day it is. I want to answer one question that the Tower Garden people say to me all the time about my method of growing, that you can't grow inside. That's one reason why they grow using the Tower Garden, is because you can grow inside. All right, for all those who want to read the comments that the Tower Garden Juice Plus people, the naysayers to the Eve Growing Concepts, I'll put the link of John Colin's video on the Tower Garden so you can read the comments for yourself. And the truth of it is, when you grow vertically using soil, you certainly can grow inside. So we're going to show you how easy it is to move an Eve tower inside the house, and proving that I'll be able to grow this kale inside. Now, the reason why I don't grow inside for the most part is I don't want to get into the lighting aspect of it, but I could easily put this in a cage type thing and put lights on it, and of course do the same exact thing the Tower Garden people can do. And I'll be posting this particular video in my Tower Garden Not So Good Facebook channel, so everybody's welcome to it. Looking for everybody's perspective. Remember that I like to say that the Tower Garden, the aeroponics and the hydroponics do indeed work. People are doing some amazing work with them, but of course, it's not sustainable. It's not good for the planet when you're buying synthetic fertilizers from commercial entities. You're tying yourself into these commercial entities for your growing needs. Growing food for yourself should be as free as breathing air, and it might have to be very soon if the world continues on its downward spiral. No doubt in the very near future we're going to need more urban farmers who know how to turn organic matter into rich soil. Organic matter. Mother Nature turns it all into great soil or soil amendments, and we can grow vertically using soil. These towers have not been watered for a very long time. I forget when I watered them last. So there's no pumps, there's no electricity, so we're able to get into the mobile aspect of Eve growing. You've heard it here first, folks. Nobody else on planet Earth is thinking about intelligent gardens that move amongst us and come from the field to the grower who's waiting in a cool, comfortable place where all the growing needs are met. Why is that important? Because we're not going to need to run all this irrigation and all the different aspects with today's outdated horizontal growing practices that deplete our soil. When you grow in containers and you're using your rich compost, you're closing the loop. Okay, you're taking full aspect of your soil, you're taking full aspect of your irrigation, because like the Tower Garden people and all these other soilless growers, they like to say we lose no irrigation. Well, either do I. And the irrigation coming out of this tower is not salty and doesn't have to be cleaned. It could be used again for the next watering. So let's move this inside and answer a very important question these Tower Garden people like to ask, because we can grow inside. Locked. All right, voila. I'm growing inside. And as an added treat, I'll show you how I water this. Once I water it today, October 19th again, once I water this, I won't have to water it for another month. No electricity, no pumps, no pH up, no pH down, none of that plastic crap that you have to buy when you buy into this non-sustainable Tower Garden contraption and all the other spin-offs that try to mimic it. Now again, the reason why I don't grow too many vegetables inside is because I don't want to get into the lights at this stage of the game. I do a lot of house plants that I have in this room that are very similar, same setup. And again, I ask the question, how come the Tower Garden people and all the different spin-offs, you never see them doing house plants with their vertical growing system? So basically I have a pin in my ceiling here that I put many years ago when I had children. I put a pin in there and I had the swing that goes back and forth. So the way I do it, the way I water this tower here, I have a little tube here like this, and I just put this up onto this pin that's up here in the ceiling. Right, just like that, is I grab my tower and I roll it over here, close to this here. And I have many towers in this room, plants, they're house plants that are creating good oxygen. They're taking out all the impurities in the air and taking all the carbon, and of course they're turning into oxygen, right? First, I've got this design that I want to give Donnie from the Ripple Effect, gave me this idea. I don't know if it's that important. Did you have to do with this design? But what it does is it allows you to get all the water out. Now see, this doesn't even need to be water. Look at all that water coming out. The water really goes about this here when the bucket is level. This thing is just to get all this, in case it's anaerobic, get that water out. And there's a little anaerobic smell there. And I pour it right back into here like this. All right. And I do the same with all of them. This one too. Take the water out. Get all the anaerobic water out. And I'll use that to water another plant. And then lift it up. And the bottom one is, the water can be, let's see where the level is. Can you see that from there? Let me change that. All right, let's look at the bottom one here. And the bottom one here is, watch where the water, wherever the water comes out, that's the level that's in the bucket. Can you see that? All right, let's see. All right, right about here. That much water was in here. So this does not have to be watered at all. I could have gone probably another long time, right? I don't know how long. I should measure it out. I don't know how long, but I could go a very long time not needing to re-water it again. I'm only watering it now to show these Tower Garden people how easy it is to bring your tower inside and grow vertically, just like the Tower Garden, except with all the other baggage that comes along with soilless growing. All the different parts you need. Once you build this, it's invincible. These are 90 mil strong buckets that are easily comparable with these Tower Garden plastic that I found in a dumpster, okay? So this is sanitation engineering at its best, right? So now we'll water. Basically what I'll do is I'll put this thin tube on here because you want to water slowly. You know, there's no need to speed it up because once you water it and put something to catch the water at the bottom, catch something at the bottom, you don't have to, you can leave it and go do something else and wait till the next 2 months before you have to water it again. So what I do is I blow in and then I suck and let the power of siphoning do the rest of the work. We're watering from the top. The water goes down between each of these buckets and out through here. And I'll use this nutrient-rich water. I'll use that on the other plants here in the room. And then when this tower is done, I'll roll another tower in here. This is very similar to what it's going to look like in the very near future for urban farmers who grasp the Eve concepts, where we here at Eve try to usher in an agrarian society using today's technology. Mark, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to usher in an agrarian society? The reason why I want to do, because urban farmers know how to make soil from organic waste. So instead of having all this organic waste go to the landfills, we turn it into soil wherever we live, whether you're in the inner city, whether you're in the suburbs, in the country. You know, countries, you got a little more options, but you can do it anywhere. Anywhere and everywhere, you can do your part. And once we start understanding that we can make soil, turning all this heavy garbage, because that's most of the weight, right? That's most of the weight that we need these big dump trucks to come through. If we could stop many of these dump trucks from coming through, we could start cleaning up this planet and start doing what's right. We could start creating important jobs of growing food for each other, and treating ourselves like a global family. You know, I hear all the time, Hillary Clinton says takes a village. Michael Jackson say love is all we need. No, that's not true. We need a plan. We need an important plan, and we better start getting it right. And let me tell you, folks, we're on the right trail when we get people of planet Earth to start making soil. out of all this organic waste that we're just giving to some corporate entity that makes a ton of money off of our organic waste. Let's not do that anymore, because these people don't know what to do with it. They only care about the almighty dollar. They don't necessarily, and of course you have to in this nasty economical system we're slaves to. So anyway, that's it, you Tower Garden people. I'll be posting this video into my Tower Garden Not So Good. Come join the conversation. It's a Facebook group. I'll put that as the first link on top. Come join it. Tower Garden people, we're open to the pros and cons. It's the only place on the internet. It's the only place on the internet where the Juice Plus people in their Tower Garden aren't controlling the narrative with their wrongful assertions about soilless growing. It's not sustainable, it isn't the best way to grow, and it's not good for the planet. And we'll take the criticism of Eve as I dog the Tower Garden. And just remember this, Tower Garden people, I'm not just dogging you. I'm dogging all the leaf growers, all these aeroponics and hydroponics people. When I say Tower Garden, I'm dogging you all. The Tower Garden and all the many spin-offs, the leaf grow, anybody who uses synthetic fertilizers to grow food and are not composting to make soil that does the exact same thing, only it's far better for the planet on so many levels. I know I said this. Remember, today's October 19th. Special day for me and my twin brother, because it's our birthday. And I want to dedicate this to that amazing homesteader and his family here, October 19th. Happy birthday, brother. I love you. And that's all I have to say for now. God bless. Over and out. No, God bless. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. This means love in sign language, not to be confused with some satanic type thing. That's all I have to say for now. God bless. Over and out.
We will most certainly heal this planet, one urban farmer at a time.